Welcome to the very first episode of Lever Fanatics. This channel is dedicated to the art and craft of making amazing espresso with a lever machine. But hey, we welcome all kinds. Love your electric pump-driven machine? No problem. Pull a shot and join us, and we won't complain too much about the noise. Use a mocha pot? Not a problem either. Grab your coffee and get comfortable. The only ones we don't like are those Nespresso drinkers. Just kidding. My parents love their Nespresso. As long as you love espresso, no matter how you make it, you're welcome here. But be warned, I will be trying to convince you to upgrade to the far superior lever espresso machine. And if you have already seen the light and use a lever espresso machine, then hopefully we can share our love, knowledge, and experience with all things levery. So, who am I? I'm not a WBC champion with years of experience as a barista, nor am I a fluid dynamics engineer who enjoys graphing on a decent DE1 all 200 variables that go into the making of the perfect espresso shot. And to be totally transparent, I'm not a coffee shop owner, equipment vendor, brand representative, or coffee roaster. I'm also not a farmer. So who am I? I'm someone whose life, at least coffee life, was changed by a lever espresso machine. Owning a lever espresso machine, which I always assumed was antiquated technology compared to an electronic pump-driven machine, opened my eyes to what a home enthusiast with no formal background in espresso was able to accomplish. If I have to label myself, I would say I'm an advanced beginner. My main goal is to make consistently great tasting espresso every morning to start my day. Well, enough talk. Let's pull a shot. In every episode, I'm going to try to feature a different roaster or type of coffee bean. I'm still discovering a lot of great regional roasters, so if you have any suggestions, please feel free to add them to the comments below. Today's roast is from Blue Bottle Coffee in Oakland. This is their Hayes Valley Espresso, which was developed as their darkest roast for the launch of their first store in the San Francisco neighborhood of Hayes Valley. First, I'm going to weigh out my beans. I found that with my machine, 14 grams is the sweet spot. It fills most of the basket and lets me get in 2 full pulls of the lever. I use a niche zero grinder, which is perfect for me since I like to try different types of beans. So not having a hopper is actually an advantage. One thing you learn to deal with as a lever machine user is the smaller basket sizes. Mine is 45 millimeters, so to make things easier, I made a Dixie cup funnel. This way I can grind directly into the basket. I found that distribution is very important, especially with these smaller but deeper basket. I use a dissecting needle, don't worry, it's brand new, clean, never been used, and just spend a few seconds breaking up any clumps. Now, my tamping technique is going to be somewhat controversial, but I have found that a heavy tamp works best, and rather than try to guess what a 20 or 30 pounds of tamp pressure is, or use a scale, which seems like overkill, I just press down hard, very hard. Maybe this is antithetical to accepted technique, but you can't argue that it's not consistent. I loosely lock the portafilter into the group. One disadvantage of a lever espresso machine is that when you first operate the lever, which raises the piston to fill the brew chamber with water, you can also suck in air through the coffee puck. Now, this could fracture the puck and cause channeling. To minimize this, I tighten the portafilter as I raise the piston. This way, air can come through the top of the portafilter instead of up through the spout and puck. I know it sounds a little complicated, but once you do it, it becomes second nature. I hold the lever down for 5 to 10 seconds or until I see a few drops come out. I also start a timer. This is my pre-infusion and lets me know that the puck is saturated. I then do 2 quarter presses, also known as Fellini moves, and then gently release the lever. Just before it reaches the top, I usually pull it down for 1 more press. This gives me about 35 grams of espresso for a 2.5 brew ratio. So let's look at this Blue Bottle Haze Valley Espresso. It looks beautiful, thick crema, which I find I typically get with a lever espresso machine. Now for the taste. Excellent. My personal taste is for the more traditional Italian style espresso, which is medium to dark. This Blue Bottle Haze Valley is smoky but not burnt, with definite chocolate notes. Brightness or sourness is minimal or non-existent, which is good. And of course, lots of body and mouthfeel with lots of crema. There you have it, the very first espresso pulled on Lever Fanatics. I hope you'll come back. Remember to like and subscribe, as that will help us grow the channel. My goal is to reach as many of you who are crazy about making espresso this way. I'd also like to hear about your experience with lever machines. Do you own one? Are you already a lever fanatic? Or do you have a more modern electric pump or semi-automatic or even super automatic? Just don't say Nespresso. I'd love to know what your favorite method of making coffee is. Please leave a comment below. If you like this video and you want to see more, please click the thumbs up. I hope to see you in our next episode. And remember, the best espresso is the one you pull.